I've had my YouTube channel for a number of years, and I'm very grateful to have a platform to try to expose what for some of us lies just beneath the veneer of democracy. I don't know whether I've made one specific video about this disturbing yet unknown form of control and extrajudicial punishment, courtesy of our system of governance, mainstream media, law enforcement, intelligence agencies and other public and private enterprises. So this video will cover a subject I'm very familiar with. It's really for those unenlightened visitors to my channel, and it's my hope to open your eyes to the reality for some of us selected for whichever reason to have our lives covertly destroyed. This program might be one of many illegal operations, but I can only comment or concentrate and try to educate using my personal experience over the last 10 years of what is referred to online as gangstalking. Gangstalking is a name that I don't particularly like, but it is the default name used. It's not an accurate phrase either for what we endure. The second phrase used is or describes those people secretly selected for the possible slow kill program, and that phrase is targeted individuals. So how are we selected to be targets for the system of control and punishment? Obvious candidates would be journalists, whistleblowers, activists, and of course terrorists. Less obvious are the ordinary people that also are claiming that they are targets of these operations. One possible answer is via Suzie Dawson's excellent YouTube channel Suzie 3D. Suzie S-U-Z-I 3D. Go to her playlists section, short clips, and the title of this short video is It's Not Just Terrorists Being Targeted. Try to make the effort to watch some of her videos, Susie's videos, they're excellent, and also watch the one where she's interviewed by Ramola D. Ramola, R-A-M-O-L-A-D. And now I'll move on to what this system of control and punishment or torture consists of. I am just covering the basics, remember, here. There are basically three elements used to wear down any unfortunate person selected for the stealthy destruction, and they are stalking, surveillance and harassment. We are tracked, we are watched, and we are harassed, and the harassment taking various non-obvious and often hidden forms. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of technology used in each of these elements, from the ubiquitous mobile phone to far more intrusive and harmful hardware. And without this tech, those morally bankrupt bottom feeders, the stalkers and harassers, would not be able to accomplish their instructed goals. I will also point out that those orchestrating these operations want you to know you have been placed into this Big Brother-esque world, and I suppose this is to hopefully render you even more helpless and hopeless, as all the cards really are stacked in their favour and they know all means of support have been removed. So I guess there's a sadistic satisfaction gained for them. It's tough enough dealing with the corrupt systems, crimes and tortures perpetrated upon us in the real world, but then we have to deal with the misinformation and disinformation online as well. It is important for those running the secret torture program to defame or discredit those like myself genuinely doing what I and others can to expose democracy's underbelly. GCHQ's JTRIG is an example of these online operations. So, are some of the YouTube videos that link gangstalking with the 144,000, for example, or linking it to bloodlines, or even reptilian shapeshifters, part of these distraction and discrediting operations? The deliberate insertion of misinformation and disinformation videos made by fake targets is one way to undermine our attempts to expose these operations, but another is within the comments section under videos. I used to disable comments, but I have allowed some here and there, and a recent exchange between myself and some person that goes by the name of Chief Handler can be seen here, and it's typical of what we have to put up with by way of trolling, specifically regarding the gangstalking program. You can continue reading these comments in real time or pause it, but if you'd like to skip to the next section, then it's at 7 minutes 1 second thereabouts. Thanks. Frustratingly, but perhaps understandably, by design this program is difficult to prove. If you watch any gangstalking videos stating that they have excellent proof, invariably that proof shows the alleged target pointing his or her phone at a person or persons and boldly stating these people are gangstalkers or that they're their so-called handlers. Whether intentional or not, and remember what I said about fake targets, such proof would never be admitted in court. The evidence that I have acquired is not from pointing a phone at people, but being as shifty as some of my stalkers. So I secretly record from within my loaned car come sleepover, and also from the handlebars of my bike. As for the evidence I have got, I don't pay any attention to the police's deliberate gaslighting or outright dismissing of it, because they are up to their necks, along with those others I've mentioned, in trying to keep a lid on these unlawful operations. There is a massive cover-up, and this undoubted truth will out eventually, or I believe it will. But the evidence that I do have relates to the character assassination, and to a lesser degree the tracking and stalking, and to an even lesser degree some weirder aspects by way of disembodied voices occasionally greeting me in the flat and even in the lift. The most disturbing and harmful part, however, of all this, in my opinion, is any close neighbour that signs up to take part. Such people are amoral sadists. I couldn't prove most of what my previous neighbours were tasked to do, nor prove the loaned aids in order to carry out their assignments. But at my OneDrive account, I do have some audio evidence which suggests, at the very least, my whereabouts in the flat was known. As mentioned also before, radar-based hardware would accomplish this without the need for anyone to secretly install hidden surveillance cameras in the flat, though I wouldn't rule out the latter either. The evidence of my previous neighbour, Nagash Teshomi, and his malevolent family, such as it is, was acquired using budget to mid-priced consumer equipment. So there is his and other drawbacks, but it does offer proof of their participation and their special ability to know where I was in the flat and where I slept. That's very important. I recorded in the dark, though don't know whether that actually helped me. In 2017, Nagash and his evil family moved out. They now live a stone's throw from the River Thames in this upgrade from the flat. They carried out their deep estate deeds. Was this move part of their reward for serving the state? If you do take the trouble to listen to the audio files that I've recorded over the years, they're at my OneDrive account, and the link is in the description below. Please use earphones or headphones, and do use the associated Word document, the .odt document, which is associated with the relevant audio file folder. Thank you. To sum up, I'd like to thank you for listening to this and watching my video, my personalised primer on these unlawful operations. I hope you find them informative, and I hope once you've listened and watched various videos that I've linked to, that you will also realise this program is real and that there is a huge cover-up by the establishment, by the system.